Okay. So, hello and good afternoon to one and all. Myself, Saloni Ghorpade, Head of Operations at Google Developer Students Club SLRTC. Welcomes you all at our Android Study Jam. Firstly, I would like to thank each and every participants, those who actively participated in the Google Cloud program and made the program a huge success. Thank you guys for your amazing responses. We hope to see same energy and participation in this program also. Moving forward, I will request you all to give your whole attention for this section. I assure you by the end of this session you guys will have a basic knowledge of what exactly Android study jams are. Next slide please. So let's get started. Now, I would like to introduce our Android Study Jam facilitator, Mr. Sai Ashish Konchada. He is also the lead of our Google Developer Student Club. He will be facilitating this program and will be guiding us to develop a real world Android app to earn our badges and will be providing a completion certificate for this program. So if you guys have any doubt, make sure you clear those doubts by dropping it in the chat section. Next slide please. So agenda for this section will be what you guys can expect from this section, what all topics are going to be covered. Firstly, we'll see what exactly Android study jams are. Then we'll be seeing its timeline, then the benefit of the Android study jam, and how to take part in Android Study Jam, and then the project will be discussed by Ms. Ankita Upadhyay, and then the certification process. Lastly, we'll have a quick Q&A section, but also in case you guys have any doubt or query during the session, please feel free to drop it in the chat section. And yes, don't forget to connect us on different social media handles for daily updates. Links are already has been posted in the chat box. Now, I would like to hand over this section to our Android Study Jam facilitator, Mr. Sayashish Konchada. Over to you, Sayashish.
Thank you so much, Saloni. That was a wonderful introduction. She's our head of operations. I also just turn on my camera. Hello, everyone. So let's see what the Android study jams are. So what are Android study jams? So Android study jams are basically community organized study groups. What is Android? Android is the operating system that we are all using in our mobile phones. And what are study jams? Study jams are basically like we collect a group of people and we complete some units and pathways together. We do some courses together to learn Android development. These are community organized, which means these are organized by communities such as us, the Google Developer Student Clubs of SLRTC, and we do hands-on learning for Android app development. We will be going through the Android basics. The Android basics is a series of sessions focused specifically on learning how to build Android apps without prior Android experience. So if you have no prior Android app development experience, don't worry. This is the right place and you guys can completely dive in and learn to build apps. So just a few guidelines and quick updates. The program has already begun. The program has begun from 29th November and it goes on till the 10th of January. Also, for this program, we'll be using the Kotlin programming language. I'll be discussing in a while why we are preferring Kotlin, and we'll also be using Android Studio, which is actually the official IDE used by Google developers. So why Kotlin? Kotlin is an expressive, statically typed language for development on Android. So what we mean by statically typed? Statically typed are like your C, C++, Java languages, in which the variables are declared at the compile time itself. So this Kotlin was introduced in 2010 by JetBrains, the team behind IntelliJ. It is free, it's open source, and has been used by over 5.8 million developers around the world. And according to the Stack Overflow 2020 survey, it is one of the most loved languages across the world. It ranks around the fourth position in the most loved languages, the first being JavaScript, and Kotlin back is the fourth one. In 2021, around 70% of the top 1,000 apps contain Kotlin code, and almost more than 60% of the professional Android developers are using Kotlin. It's a very huge market in where the demand and the expertise on Kotlin is much required. Even in Google, all the Google apps that you see today and are using today, such as Google Drive, Maps, Play Store, Google Meet, Notes, and like all these apps have Kotlin as the underlying programming language. So we will be using Kotlin. We'll be exploring how we can use Kotlin to develop our Android apps much expressive, much easier, and much efficiently. Now, the benefits of this program, that is the Android Study Jams, is you will learn the Android fundamental basics by building an Android app with the Android Basics in Kotlin course. So, Android Basics in Kotlin course is a course by Google where there are some Google instructors who will be guiding you throughout the program. And while this program, when you're completing this course, you will be gaining badges. You will be gaining around 16 different digital badges for your Google developer profile, which you can showcase on all your social media platforms. If you complete all the 16 badges, like there are 6 units, so if you're completing the 6 units, you'll get a certificate of completion signed by us in the GDSC under Google Developer Student Club GDSC. Last but not the least, we also have these programs for developing real world Android apps. So it's not only a chance to just learn, you will be implementing your learning, you will be taking your learning and building Android apps, and also we'll be sending one app per campus. So under GDSC SLRTC, we'll be sending one app to Google, and then Google has the opportunity, they have the rights to actually feature your app. And for by us at GDSC SLRTC and our official handles, social media handles, we'll be giving shout outs to everyone who complete the course. It will be going on a weekly basis or maybe twice a week. We'll be giving shout out to each one of you who are completing the course throughout the program. And one of the best opportunities that I have found is that you can prepare yourself via this course, via this program, for the Associate Android Developer exam. So this is an exam which is powered by Google. So this is a Google exam, and for this exam, you will be getting a reimbursement of 80% of the total fee, which we'll be seeing in the coming slides. This is the certificate of completion that we'll be providing you after the end of the program if you're completing the course with us. You will have your name, you will be having the completion certificate with the location, signature of the lead, and the community logo of GDSC SRTC. What will the program journey look like? So the equipment needed for each student is you need a computer for your hands-on development process. Then you need an internet connection. You need an Android device and USB cable. These are optional, but I know that everyone has it. And of course, we need Android Studio, and we'll be using Android Studio to develop our apps. We also see the installation process of Android Studio. How to pursue your journey is that you have to first begin your journey by creating a Google developer profile. So I will be dropping this link. You have to visit this link, and it will redirect you to your Google account. So here you have a developer profile. So you can add your name here. Like my name is, let's say, Sai Ashish. I can give my city. I am a student at, let's say, SLRTC. So we can just choose our interest, what we are interested in. So our developer profile would be customized according to that. Let's say I am interested in AI, Internet of Things, open source, and web. And we can just confirm if we want the newsletters via Google. And completing this step, we'll be creating a developer profile for you guys. And not only for this program, but also for the other programs and units, you can use this developer profile. So you will get these badges. So you can see here there's a created Google developer profile badge, Like this, you will get 16 different badges under this program, and you can set your custom web address. You can make your profile public, and you have to actually share this profile with us so that we can track your progress. And if the progress has been completed, we'll award you with a certificate. Secondly, we will be completing the course. We'll see what is the course structure, how it looks like. This is the Android Basics in Kotlin course, and this will help you to prepare for this Android Developer Certification exam, which is the Associate Android Developer Certificate. There are just 6 units. This is the beginner track, so there are 6 units. In each unit, you will have some pathways. Let's explore the pathways as well. So let's see, in this unit, the unit 1 is Kotlin Basics. We have actually 4 pathways. In each pathway, there are a number of, let's say, code labs or quizzes or some videos. So like in this one, we have a video. You have to watch this video. These are small videos, 2 to 3 minute videos, which are not very much long. So these are made by Google developers themselves. They teach you throughout the program how to use Kotlin and Android. You'll build your apps. There are code labs so that you don't have to install other things. Like for running Kotlin, you don't have to install some other IDE. You can learn Kotlin on Kotlin Playground via this code lab. And in the end, there's a small quiz. This quiz is reattemptable. It's a very easy quiz. And by taking the quiz, you will earn a badge for this units. So what you have to do is you have to complete all these pathways and the activities. They're interactive, fun activities. All have a hands-on experience. They are not just theory. And by completing these 6 units, we will be completing the whole program by ourselves. The third step is to form a team. So what we'll be doing is, after, let's say, you are completing this course, we'll form a team. Let's say some 4 members, and you'll be allocated a coordinator or a lead for all you guys. And this team will be building an app that we can deploy on Play Store, and we can send to Google for the feature. And this will be a very good experience to build an app, because it will also be helpful in preparing you for the Solution Challenge 2021-2022, which is upcoming in the month of January. So what you have to do is you have to fill the ASJ, Android Study Jam completion Google form, shared with you at the end of the program. We'll share it at the end around, let's say, some 10 January. So if you will fill it, we will give you the certificate by verifying your progress. And you have to also submit the app submission Google form, which will be shared with you after 29th of November. So via that, we can be looking on the progress and developing an app by ourselves. This is the learning journey as I described in person. So there will be units, pathways, quizzes. You learn badges, and they will add them to the developer profile. This is the Android Basics in Kotlin course. This is the unit. This is the pathway. You'll take a quiz. You'll earn badges, and these will be reflecting in your developer profile, Google developer profile. Let's see some of the concepts. Let's go over the overview of the concepts, a basic overview. So as I mentioned, there are some 3 to 4 pathways, right? So each pathway has a specific goal for you to pursue or achieve. So the first pathway will be related to Kotlin programming language. You will learn how to write programs in Kotlin from scratch, and the pathway will be focused on Kotlin programming language. As I mentioned earlier, you don't need an external IDE or something for Kotlin. We already have a Kotlin Playground, which will run on your web browser. There you can just write your code, such as there's a hello world program later there. So fun stands for function. There's a main function, and println, that is the print your hello world program with a new line. So like that, you can play around and test your Kotlin codes on the Kotlin Playground. We'll be using Android Studio. Remember guys, Android Studio is a little heavy software, so it's recommended you have a good or hard like 8 GB RAM or something in hand, so that it doesn't lag. Nevertheless, you can try Android Studios on all your desktops, or we'll be going through, like when we'll be giving the demo, we'll be going through each and every step, so you will be learning through that. There's also an option for Android emulator. What this emulator does is that whenever we are making the changes in the apps, so in real time you can see the changes in the apps in an emulator. This emulator will exactly replicate all the functionalities of our Android phone. We can actually choose the Android version, Android phones. Maybe this is a Google Pixel phone where we have some Android 10 version, so you can test all your apps in real time. How does it look like on an emulator? In the third pathway, we'll be using on the user interface. That is where the user interacts with the app. And here we'll be looking on the aesthetics and accessibility, ease of access, and everything. So what happens is that we have an app and there's a layout. Okay, so there are two things. There are views and there are layouts. What are views? Views are the images, text, or the buttons. So these all components are actually labeled as views. And when we are arranging them in a particular order, so these are arranged with respect to each other in a layout. So in a layout, we have views. Views are basically the button, text, and images. Like if there's a text view, it says hello world, hello Android, hello GDSC, SLRTC. And if it's an image view, will be it's an image basically. And there's a button which will be handling as a button like a login button or the logout button. So we can add buttons which will be covered in the pathway 3 of this Android basics program. Now let's go over the syllabus one by one. The syllabus for this program is firstly we'll introduce to the Kotlin programming languages. So we'll be introduced you to how to write with the Kotlin. We will introduce the function, loops, and all everything. Then you will create your first Android app, the Hello World app in your Android Studio. We'll build a basic layout. Like I mentioned earlier, there will be a layout and we'll add some buttons, we'll add some text, and we'll make it look fancy and everything. We'll add a button to your app and then we'll see how a user can interface with the button. We'll get user input as well. We can, like in a login forms, there are not just only buttons, there are actually user inputs. So when we are giving a user input, let's say the email ID and password, we'll see how we can get the user input from the user. Then we'll display a scrollable list. Let's say we make a photo gallery or some app like that. So there is a list of images and text. So we'll see how those are done. Seventhly, which is interesting for me, is the navigation between screens. There is no perfect app like without screens. If there is just one screen, it is just like a document or a PDF. So we need screens. Like we have a home screen, or like Instagram, we have the reel screen, we have a like screen. So we'll make all these screens to our apps by adding a certain activity. Then we'll have a navigation component so that our apps navigation become easier. Then we'll look at some good architectural practices, which are the good practices. We look at some advanced navigation techniques, coroutines. We look at how to get and display data from the internet. So let's say if you want to display some content, or maybe let's say you're making a joke app, okay? So you need to display your joke from the internet by connecting to the internet. So we will also see how we can use our app to interface with the internet and get the data from there. Then we'll also look at some database management systems such as SQL Room and Flow, where we'll be using database to store some credentials or any other data. And we'll schedule tasks with Work Manager. So basically, let's say there are tasks or like there are caches. Like when we are using some browser or some Instagram, there are already loaded caches. So this API or the background work, these all are basically handled by the Work Manager. So you'll be learning all this from scratch via this course, and we will having a series of session for this. We'll be having a series of session from the next week itself, where we'll be actually completing the units. Like we'll be all be sitting together and we will be going one by one, step by step. This sessions will be accompanied, like it will taken by me, the ASJ facilitator, and Zayan Ansari, who is the app development lead, and also our team at GDSC SLRTC. Now, for the certification process, I would like to hand over this stage to Ms. Saloni Ghorpade so that she can guide you all through this. Over to you, Saloni.
Yes, Ashish. Next slide, please. So, yes, guys, what will be the certification reimbursement? So, to support you with your learning, we will be offering you an opportunity to certify yourself with the Associate Android Developer Certificate. To like support you, we shall cover 80% of the certification fees for you, and you can get a reimbursement for the following certification, like for the Associate Android Developer with Kotlin. You have to provide a bill or receipt of payment and completion certificate copy so that we can validate your completion certification. So the certification Exam must be taken between December 1st of 2021 and March 10th, 2022. Next slide. So only one certification per candidate will be allowed. We will sponsor only 80% of the total certification fees. Remember guys, only 80% of the total certification. The remaining 20% shall be covered by the candidate themselves, and the certification shall be on the name of the applicant only. That's it from my end. Next slide will be explained by our project lead, Miss Ankita Upadhyay. Over to you, Ankita.
Thank you, Saloni. Well, as we all are talking about building projects and submitting it to Google, I would suggest you some of the scopes which you can use to build your project. Well, when you think of building a project, you must think, what should I make? What problem I can solve? Well, I can give you certain examples. You can build an app which can help your college or university or any club or community around you. For example, like suppose I as a student face or I as a leader face very much problems with clashes. Well, I have to keep a certain event, and so another club also want to keep a certain event, so which we have a very much mismatch in our schedule. So you can build an application where students can enter that at during this time we have this task, so we can get a proper list of which slot is free and which slot is occupied. So this is one of the problem you could solve for our college or university. Well, when it comes to community app, it is based on a specific club. As you must know, student council has a learning club. Well, in learning club we are basically thinking to track progress of all the individuals. So you can make a certain app which can help that club or community of people, or you can create any private or individual solution app. For example, I like simulate, so I can make a simulator game and later publish it on Play Store, or I can make any application which I feel comfortable, which can solve a problem or which can help someone. So this are certain scopes which I would suggest you. Next slide, please. Yeah, so now let's talk about what are the submission guidelines while we are submitting our app to Google GDSC SLRTC. What should we keep in mind? Next slide, please. Yeah, so certain key requirements for submission of our application are all of the group. As Sai mentioned, you can create a group and build your application. Well, each need groups to have a one pager app intro for their application. Well, as you are learning Kotlin through this track, and even in this campaign we are using Kotlin as a primary language, so you need to make sure the application you are submitting should be made on Kotlin language as well. And as Sai mentioned, you would be learning certain concepts, so you need to make sure you at least apply or implement three of these Android Kotlin concepts. Well, you should make your app using Android Studio. As Sai mentioned, that most of the application in Google are made using Android Studio, so you need to learn how to use it, which will later help you with your resume and internships too. You need to make sure that you are using Android Jetpack libraries. You need to build at least 2 3 screens and navigate using the navigation library. Make sure you make use of live data view mode room database in your application. And one tip, keep your application simple, intuitive, and have an interactive design. Well, don't keep your application too complex. Make sure that the UI you are using is user friendly and it is not very much complicated for the user. Next slide, please. Yeah, so other guidelines you should keep in mind is, as I mentioned, the campaign period is from 29th November to 10th January. So you need to make sure whatever application you are building should be around this period only. And you need to make sure you are keeping your source code open source, as we might have learned about GitHub our last on our last session, which was of Oktoberfest. So I think all of you are very much aware about GitHub. So you need to make sure that your code is public, and whatever you are updates you are making, make sure it is updated in the GitHub profile, and keep your repository public so that we can view it whenever we want. And as I mentioned, the facilitator will be submitting one application on behalf of our GDSC chapter. So all of you must be application, and whichever we find is very practical or we can send it as very good, we will be sending it to Google. Next slide, please. So yeah, what you can use to make your app stand out? Well, you can connect your application through internet and do something useful. As I mentioned about the scheduling thing, you can use cloud for that, as I know many of students have learned cloud as well. So you must know how you can apply cloud. So you can use cloud or other resources which can help us in real life. And if you want, if you think the application you have built is very much useful and you think that it should get published, you can have a Google Play developer account and get your application published to Google Play Store. But you need to make sure that Google or GDSC would not be sponsoring for your applications. It's up to you. If you want to do it, you can. Next slide. Yeah, so as I talked about one pager intro submission, so all of you must be thinking, what is this? It is very new to us. What is this? So, well, this is something you have done since the moment you have entered your engineering. All of the projects you have made, you have always talked about it. You know what our problem statement is, how you propose your solution. So, this is basically the same. You don't have to worry, ki what is this one pager app intro? Well, I will give you a example for this. For example, you might have your mini projects or certain projects you have made. You make a project report. This is similar to that, but it is briefly explained and it is more towards your working application rather than focusing on your theory. Well, if you are making your one pager intro, it should include the following things. First is the problem statement. What are the solution you are proposing and what you are solving, and whatever Android application you have to make sure you add the screenshot of the same. You need to talk about what are the functionality or the concept you have used. You must be learning all of those from the Android Study Jam tracks, which I mentioned earlier. So you can use that functionality and concepts here, and you need to write the application. You need to have your application link, like as I mentioned that you will be posting it on GDSC ka GitHub page. Like you will be having your GitHub where you will be posting your code. So you need to make sure that you provide us with the application link later so that we can use your application as a user. And you have to also mention that what is the future scope of your application, which is basically something you do even for all your projects. Well, Sai, I would like you to open that link so that we can explain everyone how it is done. Yeah, so as you can see, this is GitHub. All of you must know about it. And this is a README profile where you have to write your problem statement, propose solution as it is mentioned here. The person here has made a Android Android application for bus tracking system. She has write about what are the problems or the she is facing and how she is overcoming that problem. She has write how she is solving the problem and what solutions she has proposed. She has also attached the screenshot of her application. It has a login screen, it has a logout screen, and it has all the schedules. Sai, can you scroll down a bit? Yeah. And now after attaching all the screenshots, she has write about what are the functionality and concepts she has been using to build the application. And as you can see in the last, it has a section of application link and future scope. As you can see, you have to attach your app link here, or you can either if you are publishing it on Google Play Store, so you need to add that link or the APK file. Once your application is tested, you need to write what is the future scope of your application. We will be sharing this GitHub link with you guys so you can know better. So with this, I would like to hand over the session to Miss Saloni Ghorpade. Over to you, Saloni.
Thank you, Ankita. So, so these are some additional resources provided by Google for our Android Study Jam program. We will be dropping this link in the WhatsApp group. Next slide. Now, I would like to thank our GDC lead and Android Study Jam facilitator for organizing this event and making us familiar with the basic concept of Android Study Jam. And also would like to thank our project lead, Ms. Ankita Upadhyay, for her amazing contribution. Also, special thanks to each and every attendee That's it from our end. Those who have any doubts, please feel free to post in the chat box. Also,
Also,
I
I
would
would
re- also I
also I
would
would
request
request
you all to follow us on different social media handles.
So the deadline for completing the badges is same as the deadline for the program. You can complete it by 10th January. Okay, so you can complete it by 10th January, but try to complete it by 29th November itself. So what we can do is after 29th November, we can actually start by building the apps. The link of the program. Okay, we'll be providing all the links to you. We'll be providing all the links to you in the WhatsApp group, all the resources and all the links. Still, I'll drop the course link in the chat box. It will be December, deadline will be December because it's 10 December today. Yes, so 1 month time would be very enough for completing the program. The program is actually quite easy. If you can just sit for, let's say, a couple of hours every day, I think you'll complete it even in a matter of 2 weeks itself. So it depends, and we'll be covering some of the units with you guys in the upcoming sessions. So yeah, 10 Jan is the last date for the app submission, but try to complete it by 29 December itself. Okay, Aniket, you came late. No worries. If you have any doubts, you can ping us, or we'll be sharing the recording with you guys after the program. Okay, so basically, what we covered was that we covered the what are Android study jams. We've listed the benefits and how we can take part. If I have to summarize in one point, I have dropped a link of a course. You have to pursue this course. You have to complete 6 units in this course, and if you complete the 6 units and you like fill the form that will provide at the end of the program, you'll gain a certificate of completion. Also, you'll be gaining badges as you go along the course, and you also have a chance to like submit your app to Google. So once you do this course, you can actually build an app by yourself. The guidelines are mentioned. We'll share the guidelines as well in the WhatsApp group, and you can submit your app to Google, and it can be featured by them. Amazing. Okay, so I'll share the WhatsApp group link. Just a second. Okay, I've shared the WhatsApp group link, and Saloni has also shared the WhatsApp group link. For students outside SLRTC, they can join this link. And if you are a student of SLRTC, you can just DM us and we'll add you to the GDSC SLRTC group. Joining any group will do the task. Any other doubt, guys? Okay, so as I have no any other doubts, I'll thank each and every one of you who came here, and my special thanks to Saloni and Ankita for hosting the session with me. And we'll see you guys in the upcoming sessions. So please be ready with your Android Study Jams like Android Studio and your laptop and your internet connection, and we'll learn together and have some fun building some good Android apps. Thank you.